And like I don't even have a reason for liking Brenda over Teresa. I actually want Thomas with me, but like that's not an option anymore. Today in this very special Valentine's Day video, we will be talking about my favorite love triangles and specifically my favorite sides of the love triangle. There aren't a lot of real examples of love triangles where all the sides touch. We don't have too many of those. With the two sides that do touch, which one's my favorite, right? Okay. We have to start off with the OG. We have to start off with the original love triangle. And that's Hunger Games. Obviously, it's Hunger Games. I told y'all I'm rereading the Hunger Games series. I have finished book 1. I'll wait. I'm a PETA girl. We all know that. I've said that 16 times in this video, and I only have 3 videos on this account. And every single one of them, I have mentioned PETA in some shape or form. It's friends to lovers, right? Ultimately, it's friends to lovers. But before all of that, it's rivals to lovers. It's fake dating. It's also second chance romance. It's I love you in every lifetime. It's what don't the ship have? It's like crack. It's like the gift that keeps on giving over and over and over and over and over and over and over. No ship has ever shipped. Every other ship sinks. Every other ship sinks in the presence of Everlark. There is no way around that. And honestly, like tropes and everything aside, I think one of my favorite things about Katniss and PETA is like they have to consistently find each other over and over and over again, and like they're choosing to fall in love with each other over and over and over. And yes, they're teenagers, but like whatever. It's like that song from the musical Epic, like I will fall in love with you over and over again. Like it's just it never stops. It never ends. Once you get on this train, you're never getting off. Like that's it. I also feel like that's such a random ship for me to be so invested in. Not random, but like I think that was one of like the first like real ships that I like really invested in at a young age. Besides like Jake Long and Rose, like that's like a ship that I like. Everlark is a ship that has had me in a chokehold for I don't know 10 years. Okay, now let's talk about a real love triangle. Let's talk about a love triangle where every single last one of the corners touch, but not for real, but also for real. Let's talk about it. Legendborn? Yeah, give it up for Miss Dion. Yeah. She's so good at her job. She's so good at her job because first of all, yes, I want Nick and Bree together. That's just who I am. I love him. He's fantastic. However, the amount of drugs that are in y'all know how in Twilight book 1 is Edward, right? That's Edward's book. Book 2 is Jacob, right? So we only have 2 books in the Legendborn cycle so far. Book 1 is Nick's book. She is with Nick the entire time. Book 2, we can't even find Nick. We're looking for Nick the entire book. The entire book we're trying to find him. And book 2 is now, mind you, the character's name I'm pretty sure is Selwyn. That's his name, Selwyn. I called him Sylvan for the entire time I've been reading this series. Actually, let me look it up. Hold on. Selwyn, right. Selwyn. What did I just say? Because now I feel like I've said something completely different. I was calling him Sylvan the entire movie. They're saying it's Selwyn. I'm not calling him that. Anyway, Sel's book was book 2, right? That was his book. And it was a very good book. I'm not gonna lie. The banter is crazy. It's a very good book. They have... Now, this is the only spoiler I'm ever gonna give. You know the scene where they're like... someone's battered and bruised and bloody and used, and they're like cleaning the wound, like the other person of the other part of the like whatever's going on is cleaning the wound, but they're leaning on the sink. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. That's in there. That's a good scene. I'm gonna give her her guts on that one. That's a good scene. However, Nick is my favorite. Nick is my favorite. Now this love triangle is different because I don't know if y'all know what a parabatai is, but that's from Shadowhunters, and my sister never lets me forget about it ever because Nick and Sil are parabatais. Like they are. I'm gonna read you the not parties, girl. That's not what I typed in. Just because I can't spell it, y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't give me no AI answer. Okay, now this might not be the official answer, but like this is the answers on Reddit, and as the state of the world goes today, Reddit is my most trusted search engine. 2 people that agree to be lifelong partners, not romantically, but like platonically, but like platonic soulmates who vow to always be with each other, more than best friends. It allows them to draw strength from each other and a few other special abilities. Now that describes the two of them to the T. They are like bound together. They are bound together. They're not going anywhere. You're not gonna find him without him. You're not gonna find him without him. And that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous, because somewhere along the way, I'm not gonna say too much. I'm actually not gonna say anything else. That is a good love triangle. But I want Nick with Bree. I want Bree with Nick. I'm gonna say that way. I want Bree with Nick, because Bree's the one that has the options. I want Bree with Nick. And that's actually all I have to say about that. Miss Dion, if you would be so kind as to write these for the rest of my life, that would be fantastic. Thank you in advance. I love you. Y'all want to hear about a real love triangle? Okay, now mind you, I am not the one girl, two brothers. That is not my favorite trope. That's not my favorite trope. I just don't like it. I don't like, we fighting over family, we breaking up families. I don't like stuff like that. That's not my favorite thing. I liked Vampire Diaries, but at a certain, it gets to a point. It gets to a point, and Elena was always at that point with me. It gets to a point where it's just like, okay, that's enough. Now, do I watch Tomorrow I Turn Pretty? Yes. That's actually all I have to say about that. But the one book that I have read that I've actually liked the like one girl, two brothers trope is Red Queen. Now, if you know me, I love Red Queen. Red Queen is like crack to me. The first time I read Red Queen was when I was in high school, and my English teacher had it like as like a library book that we could check out and like bring back. I hate to break it to you, that's the book y'all see behind me right now. Please don't tell her. Please don't call her and tell her. Listen, I am a hardcover girl, and the original copy that I borrowed from my English teacher was paperback, and I ended up like buying the hardcover of Red Queen secondhand, so I used the paperback that I had. Obviously I'm not gonna throw it away, but it's a good use. Buy me. I am so scared to reread Red Queen. I'm not saying I don't think it's going to stand up to the test of time. I'm not saying I don't think it's going to be good. What I am saying is I can't handle it if it's not. I can't handle it if I go back and read it and I don't like it the same way that I did when I was first reading it a couple years ago. Can't handle that. Don't want to try it. Don't want to try it. Anyway, that's the only one girl, two brothers story I'm ever going to promote. Like, my life depends on it. Mare, who is our heroine, our centerpiece, our FMC, is in a sort of thing with two brothers. The older brother, who's my favorite, Tiberius Galore. We call him Cal, because he never is daddy, so we're not calling him by the same name as the daddy. Anyway, Cal and Maven, right? The younger brother. That book has a little bit of everything. It has friends to lovers, it has brothers, it has fake dating, it has I will find you, I will avenge you, I'm coming for you, I will get there. It has a lot of stuff. It's very good. But Red Queen's also like a dystopian book where everybody has powers. Similar to, not similar to, but like in the same vein of Legendborn. They're not the same series, they're not remotely close, but they're two of my favorite books because they like feel like each other. Like they have like a similar feeling between the two of them that I really like. Similar with Hunger Games, like it's just that same like dystopian genre, dystopian sci-fi, the world's gonna end but not if we do something about it kind of book that I really like. I love Red Queen. I love Red Queen. Now Cal and Mare are my favorite simply because I like how he's sweet, but he like struggles with who he is and what he wants and stuff like that, but like he makes mistakes, but they're not as big as the mistakes as Maven be making. And I don't know, Cal's really sweet with her, and he's like a protective presence for Mare. Which as Maven on the other hand is just not any of that. He's not any of that. And I don't want to like give too much away because my issues with Maven start after the first book. Like they start after the first book. But my love for Cal starts in the beginning. In the beginning. And I also feel like the brother you meet first, the person you meet first is probably going to be the person that you end up with. But like unfortunately, and I actually really hope that's not true. Look at me contradicting myself. I actually really hope that's not true for a lot of books. But with this one, she does meet Cal first. And I like them immediately. I like their banter. I like who they are with each other a lot more than I like her and Maven. And that's just how it is. But I love Red Queen. Red Queen is such a good book. I think I cried. Did I cry reading Red Queen? I definitely cried reading either Legendborn or Blood March. I definitely cried reading one of those. Did I cry during Red Queen? I think I did. Actually, yes, I did. Several times over. I definitely did. Did I cry when I was reading Hunger Games? The first time I don't remember crying reading that book. I've cried over some books. Anyway, that's Red Queen. They are like, I love them. I genuinely love the two of them. And like, I actually don't have any other reasoning besides there are so many good scenes in that book. There's like a training fighting sequence. This is one chapter in King's Cage that I can never get. I think King's Cage is my favorite book. King's Cage is like a very different pace than everything else, but like there's this one chapter in King's Cage where they're like training and Cal and Mare like fight. 15 out of 45s. 15, no, actually that was really bad. 45 out of 15. 45 out of 15. That and like there's this whole like running sequence I really like. Okay, nothing is normal in Red Queen. Like they have to do so much stuff and they're never able to like take a break and just like be people together. But in King's Cage, Cal and Mare get to like just be people around each other. And I think that's why it's my favorite book. I love that book. I love Cal and Mare. This is actually a Cal and Mare stan account. Actually, this is a Mare and Cal stan account. That's pretty much it. I love the two of them together. Now we're gonna get into another one that like I don't remember why I like this ship opposed to the other one. But like, okay, for all the other ships, I've had actual reasons why I like this character opposed to the other one. This ship right here, because I read this book so long ago and I don't actually remember, but I just want to talk about it real quick. Maze Runner. Thomas is choosing between Brenda and Teresa at one point. Brenda's introduced and like, you know, Teresa was already introduced, whatever. Teresa makes me so mad. Teresa makes me so angry. And Maven makes me angry in a way that's like, he gotta go tonight. Tonight, we gotta do something about him. We gotta do something about him right now. Teresa makes me angry in a way that's like, oh, don't let me catch you outside. If I catch you outside, it's gonna be me and you. If I catch Maven outside, I might run. I might run. Nobody should be in love with him. That's how I feel about him. Nobody should be in love with him because he got his own stuff going on. Teresa, I can handle you myself. You I can handle. And like, I don't even have a reason for liking Brenda over Teresa. I actually want Thomas with me. But like, that's not an option anymore. And this was actually just a hate account. I don't like her at all. What she does in that book makes me so unthinkably angry. And like, I can't give it away. Because if you haven't read the Maze Runner books, what are you doing? Where have you been? I don't know what's going on with you, but you need to get to it. That's Maze Runner. Teresa is never going to gain any points with me, ever. No. She gets zeros. Flaming zeros. If I could light the zero on fire and make her jump through it, I would. That's how I feel about her. So, that's that. Okay, this is not a book, but I would never forgive myself if I did a book about love if I did a video about love triangles and never talked about my favorite love triangle of all time and my ship that deserved better. My ship that deserved better. Oh, my ship that deserved better. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know if I've talked about it at all on here or in this video at all, but whatever. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's never gonna change. I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender for the first time during quarantine. Do something different. Throw a tomato. Literally throw a tomato. I'm sick of the booing. Anyway, I didn't watch it when I was younger because it came on Nickelodeon. I was so like Disney oriented. Like I just watched other stuff. I don't know. I was just watching something. I was watching The Proud Family. I was watching Kim Possible. I was watching Hannah Montana. I just wasn't watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know why, but I finally did watch it. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. This wall used to be an Avatar wall, and then I moved everything around and changed it, and now it's books. But either way, watching Avatar: The Last Airbender the first time, first of all, Katara is me. Like that is a character that I feel represents me to a T. Like she is everything I am. Like at the end of the day, it's me and her. Like, we like this. At the end of the day, we like this. And had I watched that when I was younger, I know a lot of black people say that, like, they thought that Katara and Sokka were black when they were growing up. I would have thought the same thing. She's the same color I am. Like, and, like, I understand she's not. However, her character is, like, the character I get 100% match on every single time. Every single test I take, every single time. The fact that she ends up with Aang breaks my heart. And mind you, I hate enemies to lovers. I am not an enemies to lovers stan. Every single last one of the ships that I've mentioned in this video have been friends to lovers. Every last one of them, 10 times over, 7 times removed. It's always gonna be friends to lovers for me. Why does Zutara have crack in it? That ship has crack in it. That ship has crack in it. There isn't a world where I imagine her being with Aang. Like, and the fact that that's canon, oh, boo, boo. It feels like a cop-out. It feels like a cop-out because no way we did all this. We done the Crossroads of Destiny. We done all these episodes that lead to Zutara being together. And at the end, she kissing on Aang. What? 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 No. And like, I understand. Okay, now let me get on my soapbox for a second. I understand we don't have school in this world for real. Many people go to school. Many people go to school, whatever. But many people go to school, so I feel like that's a justification they use for Katara being 14 and Aang being 12. Like, I feel like they're like, yeah, whatever. But also, like, if he had been 14 and she had been 12, then we would have a different conversation. Whatever. I understand they're, like, in the same environment and they're going through the same things for a long time. So, like, Aang does grow up as we continue through the story, and like he becomes like a more mature version of a 12-year-old. At the end of the day, he's still 12, and all of this happens in one summer. Like, you can't tell me she fell in love with that man. Like, and they stayed together, and they stayed together till they was 40. Yeah. Like, that's just stupid. Yeah. All right. Okay. Sure. Your ship wins. Congratulations. Literally, congratulations. Is your house any bigger? Did you get the car? Did you get the girl? Apparently you did. Whatever. Hate it. I understand that Katara and Zuko open up a different conversation about like children of oppressed people ending up being with people that did the oppression. Like, I understand that opens up like a completely different topic, and like her potentially being the Fire Lord's wife is like a really nasty work. And like, I understand there are people that have said, like, mind you, all this on Twitter, there's discourse that say like she would never do that, she would never want to like have that happen to her, she would never want to be the Fire Lord's wife. And like, I do think it's a point of strife, and I do think it's a point of like tension between the two of them, because like he's gonna be Fire Lord, like he's going to be Fire Lord, and she wouldn't want to be his lady. And like, you know, actually that's more I talk about. That's a valid argument. However, give up the throne. Give it up. Give up the throne. Give it up. No, there's nobody else that could run the fire nation. Why do we need a Fire Lord anyway? How about a Fire President? How about we elect somebody democratically? Like, what? How about we actually just have like a Fire Chancellor? What if, see, their thinking caps weren't on. What if we just start electing people in the thing, and now we all have just a council? They was gonna have to put the world back together anyway. Katara was gonna put the world back together with Aang and Zuko and Sokka and Toph and Suki anyway. What's stopping all of them from being representatives from their nations anyway? Like, do you hear what I'm saying? The Earth Kingdom had the Earth King, who was a dummy, and he had a bear. Like, he was not fit to run our place. What I'm saying is, we could have gotten around him being Fire Lord thing, because we could have abolished the throne. Like, we could have gotten to a point where, like, I'm literally rewriting the story. I'm supposed to be talking about this ship. My ship's gonna work. I'm gonna find a way for my ship to work. All I'm saying is, at the point where they're 14, at the point where Katara is 14, and she has the option between 16-year-old Zuko and 12-year-old Aang, me, I would have chose Zuko. And like, I think that would have been a better choice for her at that point in time. Would they have stayed together? Would they have lasted through all of the test of time? We'll never know. However, Aang being a terrible daddy, like, was that the right choice either? Also, May and Zuko had outgrown May. That's simple as that. Zuko had outgrown May, especially at the point where he joins the gang. Zuko had outgrown May. Y'all not finna sit here and tell me that they supposed to be together, they're supposed to get married, they're supposed to have kids. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, sure. Let me shut up. Let me stop talking about this. I could talk about Katara and Zuko for the rest of my life and never be tired, because I have 90 more things to say. But I won't. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. And people that say that like books can't be political or shows can't be political make me so angry, because literally the foundation of Avatar: The Last Airbender is genocide. Are y'all kidding? Don't get me started on it, people. Don't get me started on it. Happy Valentine's Day, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, this was so fun to make. And my thing, I'm actually going to find me another good love triangle book, because I haven't Actually, I don't have to. Why? Oathbound's coming out. I'm doing the promo for this book myself. Y'all might as well put me on the press team. Y'all might as well cut me a check. Every single video I have posted, I have said something about this book. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. If you have a love triangle that you die behind, a ship that you die behind, I want to hear about it. I want to know about it. And you need to tell me, because I want to hear about it. I've had so much fun making this, and I hope you enjoyed at least watching it. Give it a like, give it a comment, share it, subscribe, whatever you feel like doing, whatever resonates with you in your soul. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I love you, and good night. Mwah. Alright, let me turn you up. My bad. I'm sitting here on my phone, mumbling and cackling. It's paying my bills. Give me a minute.